Hey guys, it's Blue Gal. I'm in a bit of a hurry today. There's people out sick over at the other blog, so I've got to get to work. You like my shirt? I want to jump right into it today and just say I had a fascinating conversation this morning with my son, who was asking me in the car on the way to school about bullies and whether I had experienced any bullies in school. And I said, oh, yeah, sure I have. And he said, what were their names? And it took me a while to figure out the names of the bullies. I couldn't remember them, which is a good thing. But I finally did remember that one of them had the last name Cheney. And that leads into today's video blog. There have been a lot of fellow bloggers and fellow Democrats lately who have seemed so disheartened, and particularly with the convention, the Republican convention last week, which a lot of us watched and paid attention to. And I love what somebody at Crooks and Liars said about, disheartening the enemy is the first step towards victory. And certainly the Republican Party has worked very hard to dishearten the Democrats. And we have to stand up to that. We have to stand up to bullies. And I have this wonderful book called The Verbally Abusive Relationship. You don't need to know why I own this book. Just know that I know something about resilience. But I did want to read something from this because it's by Patricia Evans. And I think, we've been through, so much has been taken away from this country, and so much verbal abuse has been hurled at us. I mean, I was just thinking about Fred Thompson's speech and him saying, if John McCain can stand up to the Viet Cong, he can stand up to the angry left, and sort of putting us on a par with the Viet Cong. It's just a bit much, but it's a pattern, and it's important to watch for those patterns and stand up to them. And the way that we have to do that is exactly the way that someone who's being verbally abused needs to stand up to it. And it really has far less to do with what is being said to us and what is being said about us as to what is happening within our own sense of self, and how we are able to focus on that, focus on who we are and what our rights are. I know there just seems to be so much fear on the part of the Democratic Party and on the part of my friends that somehow this election is going to be stolen from us in some way. Something bad is going to happen. And we need to stand up to that self-talk. That's just negative self-talk. And we have a responsibility to our country to flip that around and recognize and remember and focus on who we are, what our country is, and how to make it better. This has happened before. All of this has happened before with the robber barons and the massive deregulation in the late 19th century and the overarching power of industrialists and so forth. We're going through that whole cycle again, and one can remember that the progressive movement grew right out of that. And I'm not saying that the progressive movement was unbridled success. It wasn't, but a lot of good came out of that, and it's happening again. And we are going to be the ones who make this world a better place, and that's our job. So laugh along the way, but that's our job. I'm going to read very quickly, and then I'm done, because I've got to go fight the revolution, and so do you. When you respond to verbal abuse, know that when you are being put down, ordered around, yelled at, and so forth, you are being abused. And abuse is unjust, disabling. and destructive. And that word disabling is right on the money in terms of what the Republican Party is trying to do to the voter and to progressives. Remember that the abuser is not speaking in a rational adult way. Know that you are responding to a person or a political party who is in some way trying to control, dominate, or establish superiority over you. Know that you've done nothing to cause it. Know that it is not healthy to live in an abusive atmosphere. I was thinking about Ken Mehlman, the RNC chairman, back in 2004 when he said, that the defeat of Joe Lieberman was emboldening Al-Qaeda types. And how rational is that? So, respond with a tone of authority and firmness that shows that you mean business, are serious, and will not tolerate any more abuse. That's where we have to go. A final caution, and I love this part. Don't ever delude yourself into thinking that you should have the ability to stay serene no matter how you are treated. I'm going to read that again. A final caution. Don't ever delude yourself into thinking that you should have the ability to stay serene no matter how you are treated. You don't have to stay serene. You don't have to stay strong or chin up. You can get angry. We can all be angry on behalf of our party and our country. But we've got to not allow the abuse that has been thrown at us to stand, because it's a lie. And we know how to deal with lies. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Tonight is Salon. I'm going to remember Salon tonight. And I will see you then, 9 o'clock Eastern on Skype. And I look forward to it. Thanks. Bye.